Hello guys, this is Leo here. This is my summoner build and an actual guide, kind of. Um, what I'm using is zombies and specters. Um, my zombies are linked to Race Zombie, Empower, Multi-Strike, and Blind. If you don't have a level 3 Empower but level 2, use me in Live instead. I would recommend using Melee Splash for instead of Blind if you have chefs or like really GG gear. Um, Basically, if you hit 5k ES plus, I would use Melee Splash here. I'm using Blind because it not only makes my minions more tanky, but it also makes sure that I get hit less often by random projectiles. Um, I'm currently using my Magic Find setup on my Ray Spectre, that's level 21. Don't really need to corrupt it to level 21, but the corruption is nice, doesn't need quality. Culling Strike, Iron Rarity, and Increased Duration. For the damage setup, or for the Magic Find setup, I use Spell Echo instead of Iron Rarity, and instead of Culling Strike, you can use me in damage on Bones of Uller, which I, by the way, have in my stash. I will show you them, like my Bones of Uller. They're 3 blue, so me in damage, Spell Echo, Ray Spectre, and Increased Duration. I'm gonna map with Magic Find a bit because I just want some more loot drops. For my auras, I'm using Vitality to reduce mana, Discipline, and Grace. I'm using Purifier, Elements. Purifier is more to help against harder bosses like Krabba Boss. For Dominus, I can switch in Purity Lightning in, for example, my ring or here, like it isn't really hard to do that. But Purifier doesn't really have a slot to go into, so I have Purifier standard in my Savage Strain. I recommend using Rapid Flip over Savage Strain for normal mapping. But since most of the damage is elemental that is going to kill your minions, I recommend using either Savage Strain or Rapid always. Um, Crest Brandis is more for like the physical bosses, like Academy boss, since he doesn't do elemental damage. The Leech is kind of useful. I also use Haste and Hatred linked to reduce mana and Generosity because I really don't benefit from Hatred and only slightly from Haste because, it gives some kind of increased movement speed and cost speed, but I really don't need it for the DPS. For utility, I use Convocation, Desecrate, Flash Offering, Bone Offering on the Switch. Same for Foul Discipline, Foul Summon Skeletons. I have Purifies on the Switch, Foul Grace on the Switch, Summon Skeletons, and then Feeble. You never know. I really need to level on Feeble a bit more. I don't use it at all, actually. Same for Summon Skeletons, but I still have them with me for insurance. I have Fall Haste slotted in because it just makes map clearing quicker, and I have Melee Splash leveling currently. On offense, I really don't have anything that's like important apart from my Spell Echo leveling and the cool penetration. Instead of Calling Strike, not really needed. I don't recommend it unless you go in a party with like other Magic Finders. You swap in that instead of Calling Strike, so that when your minions kill something, you still get a bit increased item rarity, but you don't like steal kills from a Magic Finder. I use a Sid Breath, Corrupted. I use Solaris Lorica. I use a +2 helmet, which is really important for the zombies. I use Midnight Bargain. Midnight Bargain is strictly better than Multi-Rules Grasp because there's really no slot to put more auras in, so you don't need that 30% extra life. I can run all my auras basically. Like Discipline, Fatality, Grace, Hatred, Haste, Purifier, and Purified Elements can all be on at the same time. After that, besides maybe this slot, there's not really something left, so I wouldn't recommend it. For the rings, I use one unset ring, basically resistance and dexterity. You really need dexterity for the belt. I choose for a heavy belt because of the strength, and it's just try-res, the basic stuff. your ring slots and your belt is basically for capping out your resistances, since it's really, really hard to get that. For the flask, I used the 5 flask panicked of animation. Since I'm low life, it's instant with only 25% reduction, meaning that they get 2.1k regen, but only 40% of that. They will still get 800 insta recovery. I can pump it 3 times, they will recover 2400 of their health, which is on my zombies with 8.5k life. It's just under 1/3. For my Eternal Life Loss, I use Cautious, since it gives 100% increased recovery. When on low life, I will have that, so they will recover 44% of 4800, which is an insane amount. If you take 40% of that, you will end up around 2k, but that will be spread over 4 seconds, meaning they regen an extra 500 life per second over that time. Combined with my Vitality, that regens 1.7% of their life. Of course, Aura effect applies to that, meaning they actually get like 3% life recovery. They have life recovery on the tree. Where is it? Here, 1.5%, I believe. I believe that's everything. They have 4.5% life recovery per second. It's about 400, I would say. Just a wild guess. You add another 500 on top of that. They become really tanky when popping your Eternal Life Flask. You don't need to spam it, so it's a good thing. I have a 6 slot armor on the Switch. This is for places where I am 100% sure I won't take chaos damage. There's 2 places I actually use it on, and that's Atsuri herself and the double fall boss on the Apex. Because those 2 bosses, they do a lot more damage than, for example, the tri-boss per hit. So I really needed a yes. It makes me a bit more tanky. The double fall isn't really a problem, but sometimes one rampage is a bit too early, and when I don't notice it. And when I don't notice it, rampages, the ball lightning crits for some weird reason. Like I died to that 2 times already. Really stupid. Like the ball lightning crits, and you basically insta rip down from 5k health if you don't have more pull than that. Like these insta rip situations in the Apex itself, when you don't do the double file right, which happens sometimes as a summoner because killing both at the same time is not really easy. That happens. So I have this on the off switch for that. I really don't use it that much. What I do use a bit more is my file grace on the off slot. Like usually I enter a map like this with file grace slotted in. I will switch them later when the file grace is charged up. I can see that here. Not really too hard. So I'll go to Merciless Septum now and summon my minions really quickly. You can see how quickly it actually is done without snapshotting. Like, without snapshotting, the life of summoners is being really improved. It's not tedious anymore. Not that I was ever snapshotting, but now I actually feel like being on par with other summoners instead of just having to face roll 77s, 78s. Like, I actually just face roll them still. But like, they literally crushed it if you snapshot it. And I don't know, it's still good. I think I have everything, right? Yeah, I already have everything. So I'll turn Vitality on, Grace on, Hatred on. And you can see the really nice G and a T next to it to show like their generosity link to it. I miss Period Elements, and then I switch to Falkers. Now I'll go to my hideout, which is pretty awesome, by the way. or how good I am at decorating, because I really suck at decorating. Um, and I go run this map. Like, I just chiseled it, yellow out it. Got pretty good mods, 2 unique bosses, rare monsters, each have a nemesis mod, and item quantity. It's not bad, it's not bad. I would run it on Onslaught, so I'm gonna try to get some really quickly. I'll cut this out, obviously. Okay, so I got this map here, gonna run it on Onslaught. Because of Chevron's Revelation, I really want to drop that. If you can get your hands on the Chevron's Revelation, you're basically in with this build, because it will be the only one to have a constant regen, and it will be the most powerful way. My clear speed won't be insane, since my AoE is like reduced by a lot, since my specters are like linked to increased item rarity and common strike, which have reduced cost speed and such. But it doesn't matter that much. It's still 10 chains map, and I can still do this better than anyone else. It's a no regen, so I'll turn off vitality. And basically, since I'm popping flasks anyways from my minions constantly, I'm frozen. Okay. That's the only thing. You sometimes can get frozen with this build. You won't get a lot if you move yourself like out of the way of danger. You don't really need to take damage, so temp chains can be a bit teddy sometimes, because when you do take damage, you have to stop like supporting your minions. They will still be able to clear everything, but like you really can't keep on walking all the time. But for most cases, it's pretty doable. Like, really, it's really doable. I mean, I just flash offering and then keep it going. I also can get stun locked. That can sometimes be a bit annoying, but for the rest, it's just a matter of, you know, staying behind your minions. You have to play well. You really can't sleep with this build, even though you can sleep more with this build than like Spectral Troll or the old Spectral Troll, basically. Builds like Righteous Fire, Tornado Shot, you know, those builds are, or not Spectral Troll, not Righteous Fire. Righteous Fire is not a sleep build, is it? No. Or you can sleep. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Don't listen to me. Just don't listen to me. It's 4 a.m. in the morning here, and I just got back from like good day of board games. I'm kind of tired. I'm still doing this for you guys since I promised I would make a video this weekend. That's also the reason I'm taking so much damage. That's also the reason I'm playing Rampage, because I'm not good at hardcore. My builds are most of the times hardcore viable, but I'm bad at playing hardcore myself as a player. Okay, so my fall craze is now loaded up. I can switch back to fall haste. Actually, I'll just keep this here because it's full. I will also charge up fall discipline in the meantime. There's this annoying summoner here that's like resurrecting everything. The clear speed of this build is a lot higher when I don't magic find. You have to keep in mind I have 150 IAR currently, 155 to be honest. And that basically goes to the cost of my clear speed. I also don't have a melee splash linked in. Also kind of goes to my clear, or goes off of my clear speed. I really should not be picking up all those single scrolls. Time for fall haste. That's it. Something is hitting me. Yeah, well, that's a good amount of loot.
Too much clutter.
Okay, I'm gonna kill the last boss here. I'm gonna thunder some stuff. Let's keep on moving. Just from the boss kill alone, I got a shit ton of loot. 3 portals worth, I'd say. It's a good amount of alterations. You will burn trigger scrolls really fast though. Like really fast. No! I just knew there was like a lot of mobs around there. I saw it basically. I should have stepped back. The damn chance doesn't help. But it's mainly the freezing that's doing it there. If you would play hardcore for that single reason, I would really recommend getting yourself a chance. Well, is it extra damage or something? Like that guy hit so hard. I'm not used to getting hit so hard. Guy. It was not extra damage. Weird. It's like this stuff never hit me for that hard. Okay, follow this time. I'll try to not make this map a lot longer for you guys. As extra power. The spot. And my minions can handle it easy. They're basically more tanky than me. Look, yeah. Um, as you can see, like the temp chains really doesn't make it much easier for me. And the combination of mob types, like the freezing pulsers combined with the chaos bombers, and this map is it's just too bad for me. Then you have burning miscreation. Like damage over time is basically the only threat of this build, because it takes you time to get out of the dot and you don't have regen. Um, Either the chevron is wrappings or the ring, the chevron is a revelation, would fix that for you, like big time. Um, just because you have that extra buffer to your pool, or that extra regen, like it really matters a lot more than you would expect. Um, but I mean, like the survivability of the build is wrong. I leveled to 89 pretty quickly. I think I was like top 50 eventually on the ladder. After that, I just didn't care much more. And now I really don't care about leveling anymore at all. Since basically the build is done. I have all my points, I can kill Atsuri, and the only thing that I could push for is Uber Atsuri. I am gonna push for that eventually, but only with Chevroners and wrappings, of course, and I don't have the jet. So I'm basically farming it now. Let's see an explosive arrow. I love picking up gems. I just don't like having to get. Oh my god, what was that? Volatile, probably. I really didn't see that coming. Is there a necromancer around, dude? I see all these skellies. Sounds like one. Yes. Go away! Don't waste time. Lovely. Labyrinth. Yeah, please get one inner treasure from this map. Just one. It's good enough. I mean, it is not a smart map, so you would kind of expect it, I guess. The dot is insane. Like those chaos bombers just are nasty as fuck. My proximity shields don't protect me from it basically, and that's I would say that's the reason that it hurts. Like if the balls would protect you, there would be no problem at all to it.
Too much clutter.
Don't even know if you can see I'm tired, but I'm really tired. I'm not gonna use Fog Race currently. Might as well pick up the Volcall, yeah. I'm getting maps. Don't want maps. I want the fucking mix. Nice precinct. Guess that will be the next video then. A precinct. I'll really have to pick up those rares, but I'll try to clear everything here. Come on. Why can't I pick it up? Don't. Really? Are you fucking kidding me? Uh,
Too much clutter.
Okay. I think that's it for the video. I'm sorry about that. It wasn't meant to be, basically. Trust me, 4.1k, yes, is enough. I've played builds that are squishier than this. If you want to play hardcore, I wouldn't recommend picking up Necromantic Aegis. You know, just not here. Before you get your Shirley's wrappings. Or I would recommend using, instead of Wonder Traps and Bones of Ruler, actual ES boots, like Rainbow Strides are probably the best budget option. So use either Rainbow Strides or ditch Necromantic Aegis if you don't have Chevrons. That's for hardcore, of course. Like for softcore, you shouldn't care too much. If I want to, I could just switch back to Bones of Ruler, get damage again in my Spectres, and clear maps really easily. Like, I would say it takes about 5 minutes to clear a 77 or 78 map. You will see it later, of course. But thanks for watching. And of course, remember to stay zen.